Yama, I'm Jack, and welcome to this special episode of Newsbreak on the Indigenous Voice to Parliament referendum. Let's take a look at what's coming up. We take a look at the yes and no campaigns and catch up with some high schoolers who are about to vote for the first time. After 6 weeks of campaigning, Australians will head to the polls tomorrow to vote yes or no to recognising Indigenous people in the Constitution through a voice to Parliament. Josh took a look at both sides of the debate and what we can expect tomorrow.
This is it, Australia. After a lot of build-up, tomorrow is Referendum Day. So let's have a quick recap. Back in 2017, Uluru delegates presented the Statement from the Heart, which called to enshrine a First Nations voice in our Constitution, made up of and chosen by Indigenous people from communities around Australia to advise the government on issues that affect them. But to change our Constitution, we need a big national vote called a referendum. Tomorrow, millions of people across the country will head to polling booths to receive a slip of paper with this question written on it, and they'll have to write either yes or no. Those in the yes camp say the voice is all about acknowledging and listening to First Nations people to hopefully improve their lives, with many saying constitutional recognition of Indigenous Australians is long overdue.
This is a time where Australians have that opportunity to show the generosity of spirit that I see in the Australian character.
While those in the no camp say it's unclear how it would actually function or what effect it would have, and that it could be legally risky and divisive.
Australia has gone through a pretty rough patch with this referendum. It's been the most divisive referendum that our nation's ever experienced.
So when will we get a result? Well, all of tomorrow's votes will start to be counted when polls close at 6 p.m, alongside more than 5 million votes that have already been cast in early voting over the past 2 weeks, as well as postal votes. For the referendum to pass, the majority of Australians and the majority of the states need to vote yes. Otherwise, the referendum will be rejected. And if the results aren't super close, experts reckon we have a good shot at knowing what the country thinks by the end of the night. So we'll have to sit tight until then.
For some people, tomorrow will be the first time they'll ever vote. I caught up with some high school students who have just turned 18 to see if they're ready. Check it out. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
No, I just meant, are you ready for the referendum?
Yeah, I am.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Interview done. Do you know Lizzo?
I do know Lizzo.
And do you know the song she has, and it goes, am I ready?
I get another a bit
Am
longer.
I ready?
I do know that one, yeah.
Have you been singing that to yourself in regards to the referendum?
No, that's not really how I linked that song.
When you first heard that there was going to be a referendum, were you like, oh, referendum? Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, referendum.
Do you think most people in your year are sort of know what the referendum is about, or are there some people who are like, what is this?
Most probably there's a good contrast of the people. So there's probably people that are like well onto it, they know what they're going to vote for, and there's people that have like no clue about what they're going to do about it.
How do you prepare yourself for a referendum?
I think prior research. Definitely prior research, because I like to get to know what I'm talking about.
I usually go for either like news.com.au or BTN.
Can you look into the camera and say that?
BTN is a very valid source for my consumption of media in regards to Australian laws.
Great. How seriously do you take voting?
Really seriously. I think it's a really important thing. I'm not massively into politics, but I am Indigenous and really believe in having people have that opportunity.
I think young people bring a different perspective about what they find is important and what issues they're passionate about as compared to the older generation, especially since younger people, they're the future of Australia too.
Well, that's all we've got time for. We'll bring you the results of the referendum on Monday, and in the meantime, enjoy your democracy sausages. Bye.